this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. It's really a simple card, so let's get started. Let me show you the colors of ink I'm using first. Pacific Point, Granny Apple Green, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, and Gorgeous Grape. And they're going to go in this order. Okay, and Memento for the sentiment. It's using Happy Thoughts. Just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And Trimmings and Tidings, I'm using this stamp here and this little solid star here. Come on. And I'm using the coordinating dies for that set so I can cut out some of the stars. And it's Christmas Trimmings dies. Okay, for the paper, I have a scrap. It's actually 1/8 of a card, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. I have a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inch piece of white. I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of black. Those two will layer on each other. Then I have my thick card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored and folded at 4 1/4. And there's the die that I'm going to use. Okay, so let's put these two aside. Bring in this one. I don't know if you can see that on there. But is that better? I don't know. Well, I'm going to stamp off the page, so I need a piece of scratch paper. And let's mount our stamps. Solid one over here. Okay, those are the stamps. And we're going to need some sort of either your Stampin' Chamois or your stamp, I forgot what it's called. This one. Stampin' Scrub, so you can clean your stamps off in between colors. Alright, let's start with the yellow, which is Magenta Madness. And we're going to bring in our star, and we're going to stamp one of these yellow stars right here. Awesome. Then we're going to bring in the little star. We're going to do those later. Wipe that off. Change inks. And bring in Magenta Madness. Ink that up. I'm going to stamp it once here. We'll set that aside for a second. Bring in our scratch paper. We're going to stamp one on there. Clean off our stamp. And we're going to come in with Gorgeous Grape. And we're going to stamp a Gorgeous Grape star here. And wash off our stamp. And then we're going to go to Pacific Point. stamp one of those. Let's see, how do I want it? There. I'm going to stamp one of these here. These two will get cut out with this die. So let's continue stamping and then we'll go cut everything out. Wash this off. Just press this aside for a minute. My Granny Apple Green. Stamp that there. Okay. Now we're going to bring in that little stamp, the little star. We're going to add some little stars around. But first I think I want, now let's just go ahead and add the little stars. So I'm going to add a couple down here at the bottom. And one up here at the top. Wash it off. Go into the Pacific Point, and I'm going to do just the opposite. Oh, quite a lot of ink on my block. Let's wipe that off and start again. Gentle. I want one star at the bottom, 2 stars at the top this time. And then we'll do the purple, gorgeous grape. And again, we're going to swap. We're going to do 2 stars at the bottom. And 1 star at the top. Wash it off. And then we're going to, let's bring in those other 2 colors. And this one I'm going to might add a couple more pink stars here, so I'm going to wash this off and then do the Mango Melody ones. Okay, I'm done with the Mango Melody. Now I did not mount my sentiment, so let's grab the sentiment from Happy Thoughts. I don't know, put it on this block. Might. It does, good. It's easier to use. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, bring in the Memento. Ink that up well. And I'm going to stamp this right here. Perfect. I don't think I need those extra stars, so I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Okay, and I'm going to die cut these 2 stars out, and I will be right back. Okay, I've got those 2 stars cut out. Put this die away before so I don't lose it. Alright, now I'm bringing some dimensionals. I'm going to pop a dimensional on the back of each one of these stars. I can pick them up. Okay. And I'm going to, before I attach those, let's move. I'm going to mount this to our black layer. There's just going to be the tiniest little border. It's like a 1/16 of an inch. Alright, let's mount this to the front of our card. It's stuck in there. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my stars, take those backs off, and I'm going to line them up with the stars I've got on here. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the gingham ribbon. I'm going to tie a little bow. I just did a loop. I'm going to wrap it around my thumb, bring it up. I'm going to fold it back on itself, tuck that loop through the loop, and then cinch it up. Bring in some snips. Okay. I'm going to bring in a glue dot. Stick that right here in the center of this pink one. There we go. There's a card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.